Today we have some classic games with a bit of a twist. In this review, we're taking a look at Scrabble Bingo, Life Generations, and Trivial Pursuit Generations from Joy for All Games. We won't keep you waiting much longer, but before we start, why not subscribe and ring the notification bell? Let's start with Scrabble Bingo, which has 3 ways to play. Bingo has you trying to complete a 4-letter word vertically or horizontally on your bingo card, with random tiles being drawn each turn. If you have no matching tiles, you get skipped. Pass involves completing the highest scoring word on your pass card as quickly as possible from 7 random tiles and trying to outpace your opponents. Being the first to lock your word in gives you bonus points and gives everyone else 30 seconds to finish. Then there's Original Scrabble, which we all know is an enduring classic. The rules don't indicate a way to synthesize the 3 different play methods, but the fact that 2 other games exist in a Scrabble box is nonetheless appreciated. Trivial Pursuit Generations is much like the classic game, except you declare a generation at the start of the game and must answer questions aimed at said generation throughout.
Howard Cosell is known for what 3-word call during the now infamous 1973 boxing match between Joe Frazier and George Foreman?
Down goes Frazier.
You got it. You got it.
You do not necessarily have to pick your own generation. I like this because it partially solves the issue of Trivial Pursuit since it's a very era-dependent game.
What popular music and arts festival was first held at California's Empire Polo Field in 1999?
Coachella.
Very good.
Was that right?
Coachella. Beck, Tool, and Rage Against the Machine were the initial headliners.
Now everyone can be on a somewhat even playing field. Lastly, we have Life Generations, which is by far the most complicated. In essence, you select a generation to play as at the top, and for the rest of the game, mechanics slightly differ depending on which generation you chose. Greatest Generation players go first, and boomers have access to coupon cards, which can raise money earned or lower money paid, for example. Gen X players gradually accumulate what they earn from payday spaces with their pay bump cards. Millennials have the side hustle cards, which allow you to receive money from players you choose. And Gen Z has the most wild mechanic, collecting money from every other player based on their circumstances, but they need to land on a payday space before the game ends, otherwise they pay back a large chunk of it. Each generation has their own soft difficulty level, but it's overall relatively well balanced. Otherwise, it resembles the classic Life you're familiar with. Now you can find out if boomers really do ruin everything, if Gen Z will ever look up from their phone, or if millennials really do waste all their money on avocado toast. Let me dispel that rumor right now. No, we do not. Which generation are you repping? Let us know with a comment down below. This trio of Joy for All Games has nice pros. Scrabble Bingo's alternate modes are fun and engaging bonuses to the standard box of Scrabble. The generational spin on Trivial Pursuit in particular is an inspired and refreshing addition to the game formula. And Life Generations offers different varied ways to play, so each session will be different than the last. The only cons are that Scrabble Bingo's 3 modes do not coalesce into a greater whole, and that Life Generations is a bit complex on the outset, assuming you're unfamiliar with Life Classic. Even so, these are really creative spins on the original games. So we give Scrabble Bingo, Trivial Pursuit Generations, and Life Generations from Joy for All Games a very nice 4.5 out of 5 stars collectively. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on TikTok @TheToy Authority.